The city of Lumora gleamed like a jewel in the night. Towering skyscrapers sliced through the sky, neon lights flickered in endless patterns, and streets bustled with movement at all hours. Yet beneath this shimmering surface lay a darker truth, one few dared to acknowledge. Women in Lumora were confined to ornamental roles, stripped of autonomy and discouraged from independent thought. The city prided itself on order and spectacle, but it thrived on suppression. Among its citizens walked Aroha, a 27-year-old woman whose beauty was striking yet subtle, commanding attention without demanding it. Her long, raven-black hair framed eyes as deep and mysterious as the ocean, and her every movement carried a quiet, unshakable confidence. People often admired her outward appearance, but those who truly knew her understood that her real power lay in her mind and her courage. Aroha was not just a beautiful face, she was a strategist, an observer, a force to be reckoned with. Her parents had been revolutionaries in their own right, challenging the city's corrupt elite and raising their daughter in the belief that strength and justice mattered above all. A few years ago, they had been murdered under mysterious circumstances, leaving Aroha with grief and a burning sense of purpose. Their deaths were not just a tragedy, they were a call to action, one Aroha could not ignore. Life in Lumora for Aroha was more than the routine of blending in, it was a careful dance of survival and secret growth. By day, she appeared like any other woman navigating the city, but by night, she ventured into hidden districts where forbidden texts and ancient knowledge were preserved. Here, she trained in martial arts and honed both her mind and body, pushing herself past every boundary. These clandestine lessons were her armor, a secret that even the city's all-seeing surveillance could not penetrate. One day, while passing through Lumora's central marketplace, Aroha witnessed a scene that ignited a fire within her. An innocent girl was being publicly humiliated, mocked and degraded in front of a crowd, while the city's corrupt officials watched on, indifferent. Aroha's heart surged with anger. She could not remain silent any longer. Acting swiftly, she intervened, pulling the girl from the crowd's harsh gaze, but the confrontation did not go unnoticed. This incident marked a turning point in Aroha's life. She realized that staying hidden was no longer an option, not for herself, and certainly not for the women of Lumora. She resolved to form a secret team of skilled individuals, each with unique talents in strategy, technology, stealth, and medicine. Together, they would challenge the oppressive system and ignite a rebellion. For Aroha, this mission was personal. It was a promise to honor her parents, to protect the innocent, and to keep the flame within her alive. She would not just survive in Lumora, she would transform it. The marketplace incident lingered in Aroha's mind long after she had returned to her hidden sanctuary. The girl she saved had looked at her with wide, terrified eyes, a mix of awe and confusion. Aroha knew that if she did not act quickly, the oppressive forces of Lumora would continue to crush anyone who dared defy them. The fire that had been quietly burning inside her since her parents' deaths now became a blaze, a decision to fight, not merely survive. Her first step was to find allies. Aroha needed people she could trust, skilled individuals who could match her intelligence, courage, and dedication. She remembered whispers she had heard in the underground districts about a few remarkable people. Kale, an ex-military strategist who had once commanded covert operations before being disillusioned by corruption within the system. His mind was a labyrinth of tactics, capable of predicting outcomes 3 steps ahead. Lyra, a tech genius and hacker whose knowledge of surveillance systems and encrypted networks was unmatched. She could make shadows disappear and secrets emerge with a few keystrokes. Rohan, a stealth operative and tracker who moved through the city unnoticed, blending into crowds or vanishing into darkness. His skill with reconnaissance was vital for the rebellion's survival. Neera, a medic and empath whose calm presence could restore confidence in the most desperate moments. Her connection to people's emotions allowed her to inspire loyalty and courage in others. Aroha spent weeks observing, testing, and eventually approaching them. Each encounter was delicate, trust was scarce, and betrayal could mean death. Yet, when she finally revealed her plan to this group, she did so with clarity and conviction that left no room for doubt. Lumora needed change, and they would be the spark that ignited it. Together, they began to study the city, not just its streets, but its power structures. The mayor, the military chief, the elite council, each held a piece of the control puzzle. Aroha's team mapped every surveillance camera, every patrol route, and every guarded building. Each mission was small at first, stealing information, uncovering corruption, rescuing those unjustly imprisoned. Aroha's leadership shone through in these early missions. She was precise yet adaptable, balancing risk with careful planning. But even as her team began to trust her completely, Lumora's shadows were deep. Rumors of spies and informants reached her ears. One careless mistake could destroy everything she had built. Yet, the more they worked together, the more Aroha realized the strength of unity. Women across the city, once silent, frightened, and submissive, began to look to her as a symbol of hope. In whispered conversations, in hidden corners, her name started to spread, a name associated not just with beauty, but with courage, strategy, and a fearless desire for justice. It was during one of their reconnaissance missions that Aroha uncovered a shocking revelation: the city's mayor and military chief were connected to her parents' murder. Evidence hidden in encrypted city files revealed that the very system she sought to fight had been responsible for the greatest loss of her life. Anger, grief, and determination surged together. The rebellion was no longer just a mission, it was personal. The group returned to their hidden base, where plans were drawn on walls, holographic maps illuminated the dark room, and strategies were debated with intensity. Aroha stood at the center, calm but unyielding. "We fight for every woman who has been silenced," she said. "We fight for every life they have tried to destroy. And we fight for the truth, my truth, and our cities." And in that moment, a new chapter in Lumora's history began. The spark of rebellion had turned into a flicker of flames. The city of Lumora slept uneasily beneath the neon glow of its towering skyline, unaware that its foundations were about to be shaken. Aroha and her team had spent weeks gathering intelligence, tracing the corruption that poisoned every layer of power. Now, it was time for their first major operation, a strike that would demonstrate the rebellion's presence and send a message to the city's oppressors. The target was the Central Data Vault, a heavily guarded facility where the mayor and military chief stored sensitive records, evidence of their crimes, surveillance files, and secret operations against dissenters. If Aroha could secure these files, she would have proof of the city's corruption and a way to expose her parents' murderers. The team assembled at their hidden base, a converted old warehouse beneath Lumora's industrial district. Holographic maps lit up the walls, displaying patrol routes, camera placements, and security protocols. Kale, the strategist, outlined the plan. "We enter through the west subbasement. Cameras are minimal there, but timing is everything. One misstep and alarms will trigger." Lyra, fingers already dancing over a portable keyboard, added, "I can temporarily disable the cameras for 15 minutes. After that, they'll reboot, so our window is tight." Rohan nodded, checking his equipment. "I'll handle the perimeter. Any guards outside won't even know we were here." Neera, calm as ever, laid out her medical supplies. "I'll be ready if anyone gets hurt." And I'll monitor the team's stress levels. Panic spreads faster than bullets. Aroha stood at the center, eye scanning the team. We move as one. Silence, precision, and confidence. No unnecessary risks. We do this for every woman who's been silenced by this city. Remember why we fight. At midnight, the team slipped into Lumora's shadows, moving silently through alleys and abandoned tunnels. The west subbasement loomed ahead, its reinforced doors and biometric locks a challenge. But not one they could not overcome. Lyra's fingers flew over her hacking device, bypassing security protocols with precision. The doors clicked open, granting them access. Inside, rows of data servers hummed quietly. Aroha led the way, scanning every corner, senses alert for danger. Suddenly, a guard appeared from the shadows. Without hesitation, Aroha moved. Her training flowed naturally, silent, swift, and deadly. In a matter of seconds, the threat was neutralized, leaving the team unscathed. As Lyra downloaded the encrypted files, alarms suddenly blared. A backup security system had activated. They've got a second layer. Lyra shouted, panic rising. Keep moving. Aroha commanded, her voice sharp. We stick to the exit route. Kale, lead us. The team sprinted through narrow corridors, shadows stretching long against the walls. Guards swarmed from every direction. Rohan's stealth skills allowed them to slip past unnoticed for crucial moments, while Neera kept them calm and collected. Every heartbeat felt amplified, every step a risk. Finally, they reached the exit, emerging into the night air. The city's lights never felt so menacing, so oppressive, but Aroha's resolve burned brighter. In her hand, the stolen files were more than just proof, they were a promise of justice. Back at their base, they reviewed the data. Names, dates, transactions, and covert operations filled the screens. Among them, Aroha found the documents linking the mayor and military chief directly to her parents' deaths. Rage surged, but she channeled it into focus. This was no longer personal, it was what that night, Lumora itself seemed to stir. Somewhere in its neon-lit streets, whispers of rebellion began to spread. Aroha knew the fight had only just begun. The shadows were deep, the enemy ruthless, but so was she. And for the first time, the oppressed felt a spark of hope, a glimmer that change was possible. Aroha's voice echoed in her mind, we fight not just for revenge, but for the future. Every life, every voice, every flame matters. Lumora will not remain in darkness. The stolen files had changed everything. Lumora, once a city ruled by fear, now had cracks in its facade. Aroha and her team studied every piece of evidence, tracing corrupt dealings, surveillance abuse, and the identities of countless victims silenced by the mayor and military chief. Each revelation fueled the rebellion and strengthened Aroha's resolve. Aroha knew that intelligence alone would not topple the city's power. They needed strategy, timing, and the support of the people. Slowly, she began reaching out to women who had once lived in the shadows, whispering the truth of what she had uncovered. One by one, allies emerged, street vendors, secret educators, underground workers, even some disillusioned guards. The team grew not just in number, but in confidence. Kale refined tactical plans for urban strikes, Lyra hacked communication networks to spread truth without detection, Rohan trained recruits in stealth and reconnaissance, and Neera prepared safe zones and medical stations for those who would inevitably be wounded. Each day, Aroha's vision expanded. This rebellion was no longer just a secret mission, it was a movement. Yet not everyone could be trusted. Whispers of a mole within Lumora's underground circles reached Aroha's ears. Paranoia crept into her mind, but she refused to let fear cripple her. We remain vigilant, she told her team. One betrayal cannot undo all we've built. Their next target was symbolic and strategic, the Central Communications Tower, the heart of the city's propaganda and surveillance. By taking control of it, Aroha could broadcast the truth to every citizen. The plan was intricate. Kale mapped patrols and escape routes, Lyra hacked internal systems to loop security feeds, Rohan trained a strike team to move unseen, and Neera prepared for emergencies. The night of the operation, shadows swallowed the team as they moved through Lumora's labyrinthine alleys. Every step was tense, every moment a test of nerves. The communications tower loomed ahead, gleaming and formidable. Using a combination of stealth, hacking, and sheer will, they infiltrated the building, bypassing cameras and guards with precision. Inside, Aroha took the lead. Her movements were fluid, practiced, deadly when necessary, yet always calculated. Lyra jammed security systems while Rohan ensured that no one slipped past unnoticed. Neera's calm presence steadied the recruits, many of whom were taking part in their first real mission. As they reached the control room, alarms blared unexpectedly. The mole had triggered an alert, someone within Lumora's ranks had betrayed them. Chaos erupted. Guards poured in, and the fight became unavoidable. Aroha's martial skills, honed over years of secret training, became their shield. She moved like water, striking efficiently, using opponents' momentum against them, and keeping her team safe. After intense combat, the control room was secured. Lyra broadcasted evidence of the mayor and military chief's corruption citywide, files, recordings, and hidden truths poured onto every screen, every network. Citizens stopped in the streets, their disbelief turning to anger. Murmurs turned into shouts, whispers into chants. Lumora had woken. The victory, however, was not without cost. Some of their recruits were injured, trust had been shaken by the mole, and the city's rulers would retaliate with full force. But in Aroha's heart, a deeper fire had been lit, the oppressed were beginning to believe in their own power, and nothing could extinguish that flame. That night, as the city trembled with newfound awareness, Aroha stood on a rooftop overlooking Lumora. The neon glow reflected in her eyes, but what burned brighter was her resolve. "We've lit the spark," she whispered. "Now, we fan it into a fire they cannot ignore." The city of Lumora was no longer the same. Streets once silent with fear now pulsed with voices, with defiance, with the spark of rebellion. Citizens, emboldened by the evidence broadcast from the communications tower, were taking action. But the true test still lay ahead, confronting the mayor and military chief, the architects of the city's corruption, and of Aroha's personal loss. Aroha and her team planned their final strike carefully. The target, the council citadel, the seat of power and the symbol of oppression. The building was a fortress, surrounded by layers of security, advanced weaponry, and loyal guards willing to die for their rulers. But Aroha's determination had never been stronger. She had trained for this moment, fought for this moment, and carried the hopes of every silenced voice in Lumora. Inside their hidden base, the team prepared. Kale reviewed the tactical map, Lyra double-checked surveillance systems, Rohan organized entry and escape points, and Neera ensured that medical stations were ready for casualties. Aroha addressed her team with calm authority. "This is not just about me, or even us," she said, voice steady and resolute. "This is about every woman, every child, every citizen who has suffered under their rule. Tonight, we reclaim Lumora. And we do it together." At midnight, shadows swallowed them as they approached the citadel. Stealth was their first ally, silence their weapon. Lyra disabled security systems, while Rohan guided them past patrols and cameras. Every heartbeat was sharp, every step measured. They reached the central chamber where the mayor and military chief waited, aware that the rebellion had grown beyond control. The mayor sneered, overconfident, while the military chief's eyes burned with calculated rage. "You think you can topple us?" the mayor taunted. "This city thrives on order. You are nothing." Aroha stepped forward, her stance firm, her eyes unwavering. "This city thrives on fear, not order. And fear ends tonight." The confrontation erupted. The room became a battlefield of strategy, combat, and raw willpower. Aroha's martial arts skills flowed flawlessly, her movements precise and lethal, yet controlled. Kale and Rohan coordinated strikes, neutralizing threats with surgical precision. Lyra used technology to turn the citadel's defenses against its occupants, and Neera tended to the wounded while inspiring courage in the fighters. The mayor and military chief were formidable, but Aroha's resolve was stronger. Each strike, each counter, was fueled by years of preparation, by the memory of her parents, and by the hope of every citizen watching silently from the streets. Finally, in a decisive moment, Aroha disarmed the military chief and cornered the mayor. The corruption, arrogance, and cruelty that had ruled Lumora were exposed, and the evidence she had gathered sealed their fate. The city had witnessed the fall of its oppressors. With the citadel secured, Aroha addressed the citizens of Lumora. Her voice carried through the city's communication networks, calm yet commanding. "Tonight, we reclaim our city. We reclaim our voices. No longer will fear dictate our lives. Beauty fades, strength endures, but the fire within shapes the world. Rise, Lumora. Rise together." The city erupted, not in chaos, but in celebration, in hope, in the promise of a new beginning. The oppressed had become the empowered. Lumora was no longer a city of shadows, it was a city of light, guided by courage, unity, and resilience. As dawn broke, Aroha stood atop the citadel, looking over the streets now alive with energy and determination. She smiled, not with arrogance, but with quiet fulfillment. Her journey had been long, her battles fierce, but she had proven that one person's courage, when combined with vision and unity, could ignite change that no tyranny could extinguish. And in that moment, Aroha knew that the flame within her, and within every citizen, would never die.